in your statement is consistent with the versions given by Stolz and Mackenzie?
On the first one, yes.
Yes, on the first one.
Yes.
All right. And so far, we haven't come across any reference of a joint operation with JMPD or Gauteng traffic.
No, it has came.
Where?
Both
Up
of them,
until this point of their statements,
yes, in their
there's
statement.
nothing.
No, in their statement they've mentioned.
Please
when
tell.
they mentioned Constable Khomutso, it's JMPD.
Says Constable Moto requested, I received a call from Moto, a JMPD, who requested assistance in the recovery of lithium.
Yes, then
Yeah, hold it, please hold it. You say in your supplementary statement, you had a joint operation with province and JMPD. I tasked the hijack members as per request of Inspector Maseko. Those are two different things.
in terms of joint operation, there's EMPD, there's JMPD. You see, the only one that they don't mention that is making me now to be good, it's that they don't mention that they get it from me and the other team that we agreed on. And Constable Mackenzie, in his supplementary, call it supplementary, he also mentioned that we were there with the other senior officer who's not wearing, I'm not sure, I didn't read it, but the way Makakula mentioned it, that he mentioned the other senior person who's not wearing the same uniform but wearing the other uniform with senior ranks.
In the vehicle?
Yes.
So you were in the operation then? Because
No.
that's in, no, hold on.
No, we came and
Yes, so
checked and
you say it was a joint operation. Constable Mackenzie mentions, is it Mackenzie?
Yes, can I see the statement? It's just that I didn't see the statement.
No, but just hear me out first,
Oh, yes.
because you're the one that's referred to the statement. You say that Constable Mackenzie mentions that there was another senior officer who was wearing, as you describe it.
Yes.
So you say that's evidence of a joint operation. And I'm asking you the simple question that if that is so, if that the presence of that senior officer is indicative of a joint operation, then it means you were also in the operation because that senior officer was with you. So if we accept that that senior officer was in an operation and therefore lends to a joint operation, it must mean you in the car with him were also in that operation.
Yes, we went to
So
the
you
scene.
accept that you were part of the operation?
Yes, we went to the scene.
No, that's not my question. We know as a fact that you were at the scene, so that's not the question I'm asking you, because that we know.
Oh,
On your own version.
yes.
I'm asking you a different question.
Yes.
Do you accept, as I suggest you must, that if the other officer in the car with you, who was wearing, you said he was in uniform, I think, if you say his evidence of a joint operation or his proof of a joint operation, it must mean, therefore, that you were then also part of that operation by being there with him.
Okay, if you say so, I will
No,
agree.
it's not if I say so. It means that. That's all it means. Otherwise, he was not in the operation. So here are your options. That officer that you've just referred to, if he was not in the operation, then there was no joint operation. If he wasn't in the operation, but you say, no, it was a joint operation. Proof is Mackenzie tells us in his statement that there was this other officer. And I'm saying, well, yeah, okay, then it's a joint operation, but it also then must mean that you were also part of that operation then.
No, you're correct.
You understand the logic?
Yes, I
All
understand.
right, thank you.
I want to just deal with one paragraph here because I know advocacy law is going to the other issue. Look at paragraph 3 on 277. It's Mackenzie's statement.
277, eh?
Yes.
Yes.
I know you have it next to you. So he says we went to SAPS in Rosebank to make an OB entry. And then in 4, he says, K. Stalls and Etienne and myself knocked on the door of the suspect. A white male opened the door. We introduced ourselves, explained who we are, and the reason for being there. Do you see that?
I agree.
So
I agree.
according to Mackenzie, this operation was conducted by the three of them only. He doesn't mention in his statement that there was Gauteng Traffic Department or JMPD. Do you see that?
Yes, Commissioner.
So it can be a joint operation if the people who are there are AMPD only.
Commissioner, I can't tell you how did they divide themselves because they were operational, you see, and say that they met this in the morning, then afternoon they met, or during the day.
No, but
see.
you say you arrived at the scene.
Yes.
So what you observed at the scene, was it a joint operation or only AMPD
No,
people?
there were people that were inside there, they were inside. We only communicated. I communicated with Mackenzie, then we moved.
So you don't know that it was a joint operation if the only people you saw are EMPD people?
But they confirmed that
Who confirmed?
Kumuso was there,
Who confirmed?
Mackenzie and
No, because on the next page, Mackenzie says, look at paragraph 9. So there's a phone call where Stolz calls the JMPD officer. The JMPD officer was not there.
that's what I'm saying, that Commissioner, that we can't tell or we can't confirm where they were, but they were part of. Remember, when I got it first, they said it's going to be in between the two. Now they arrived at the police station, and it's this team of EMP. They arrived at the police station, and when they're there, they also mentioned that we got this from. And again, when they were there, after the operation, it's either they met somewhere after they got what they want and handed over and did whatever, as per their statement. And as per was saying,
But
it
at
shows
the
that
house-
it was not only,
At the house where they found the stone.
there I agree with you.
According to Mackenzie, it was just him, Etienne, and Stolz.
There I agree with
Now
you.
that is not a joint operation. It's an EMPD operation. That's my point. If JMPD is not there and Gauteng Traffic is not there, then all you have is EMPD.
Can we check the statement of Komoto if it's here?
No, it's not here. And you never engaged with Komoto, so
No,
I
no,
don't
no.
understand
I'm
why
the
you would
sinner.
think Komoto would have made
No,
a
I'm the
statement.
sinner, I can't engage.
Do you even know who Komoto is?
No.
Exactly.
The statement of Stolz says, we went to Rosebank SAPS and told them we are going to be working in the area.
Yes, you are correct.
And then we left. So
correct.
that's there's no joint operation with JMPD. You don't arrive in somebody's house and say, I'm going to be in your area, and then you leave. And just because you have told them, in fact, she does say that it was to make an OB entry. That's what they say. We went there and made an OB entry, informing them that we are going to be working in the area.
May I ask something, Commissioner? How do we exclude the first paragraph and the last paragraph?
What
from
is the
this?
first paragraph? I don't want to exclude anything. You can go to the first paragraph and tell me how it helps you.
No, it's the second one on the question I was on, to full name, and the Kurulian Constable told me she got a call from JMPD member who needed assistance with recovery of stones.
Yes. That's what Stolz says. Stolz says, I got a call from Mutso who said they needed assistance.
My argument, Commissioner, I can't argue with you. My point, let me say so. My point is that she needed assistance as per there. It means that she was part, she needed them to assist her.
No, Stolz doesn't say Mutso was in the operation, you see. That's, you have the statement in front of you.
Yes, the McKinsey.
And you were not on the scene, and I wasn't on the scene. So you and I can only work on what the people who were on the scene tell us, who went there and what they tell us. Firstly, they got a call to come and assist, and you've considered that nowhere in the statements do they say they were tasked by you, right? They provide an explanation how they end up in Rosebank. Both of them say there was a call, and then they proceeded to Rosebank. Both of them say we went to SAPS Rosebank, filled in the OB and told them They told them we're going to be working in the area. They don't say, we reported for our joint operation. They say, we went there and told them we are going to be working in the area. And then we proceeded to the house. And it's those three people. And I know you know that there are pictures that will show them in the house, and there's just the three of them, Etienne, Mackenzie, and so we know it's three of them. So no way do they introduce anyone else from JMPD until that telephone call.
Yes.
Where the owner of the stones is explaining something or questioning about permits, and then a call is made, given to him to speak to a JMPD person. But on the scene, there's no JMPD person. Otherwise, they would have called that JMPD person instead of phoning Rosebank. They would simply, or phoning JMPD, they would have simply said, here's a JMPD person, speak to them. So on the documents before us, there is no evidence that there was anyone from the JMPD on that day. And you've told us Maseko is Gauteng Department of Transport,
yes.
So we know he's not JMPD. So with the statements we have, there's no one from JMPD on the scene where you are part of the operation, Maseko is part of the operation.
Then on a statement, I concede to that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Chair, I noted 1603. However, I'll request that I touch on a last document, a very brief one, just to close on this particular point so that tomorrow we start on a different point. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Mkhwanazi, again, I still have your supplementary statement before me, where you say, I tasked members of the truck hijacking team to join the other teams. I take it that the other teams are the Gauteng Traffic Department, JMPD, and the province. Is those other teams. So on that basis, then, if my understanding is correct, that would mean the operation is there. Your members join this operation to provide services, correct? So they become part of the bigger joint operation.
They become part, not to
They
say
become
they
part of
join.
it.
Yes, they are part of it.
Okay.
Yes.
So, so then they would not need to go register their presence in any police station because they are part of this joint operation that is legitimately operating in Gauteng. Would you agree with that?
No, they do.
Why?
They do. They do go to the police station.
Why?
It is required even sometimes in our operations.
Sorry, if I may ask, required in terms of what?
Yes, to go and report that
Yeah,
we are
what
operating
requires that reporting?
that we are operating in this area, so that the local police station can know.
Is it
No,
the law?
The
Sorry,
station commanders.
I apologize, and I want us to be very precise. You
yes.
say it is required. Who requires them to? What requires them to? Is it a piece of legislation? Is it policy? Is it you? Is it who requires them to do
No,
that?
it's not a piece of legislation.
What is it?
You know, the station commanders and the prison commanders, they're very strict when we are operating in their area without communicating and informing them. Even in our own EMPT, once they're operating in Ekurhuleni, the directors of the region, the prison commanders will say, please inform us, so that if there's a problem, there's something that has happened, we're able to say it's this person and that person. It always happens.
Yes.
Sometimes even if they don't record it, but they inform that
Yes.
we'll be operating in this operation.
And I would suggest to you that happens when such members are operating without the support of the locals. So when you go into an area that is outside your jurisdiction on your own, that's when you go register and report yourself.
You are correct.
Yes.
As I've said, that the precinct and the police station, if
Yes.
you're not part, you must inform them.
Indeed. So when you become established by the Deputy Chief Inspector Maseko of the Gauteng Traffic Department and you become part of that joint operation, you don't need to go report.
No, we do. In many times, I worked with Deputy Director. Yes, it's just that I don't see you, commissioners. But please forgive me, the lights. Yes, I was not disciplined in terms of putting. We work with Deputy Director must go in many operations, especially on operations of infrastructure or cable theft in all these operations. We will go to a local police station and communicate that we are operating in this. And sometimes in this operation, you also have SAPS. SAPS has a unit that deals with the same infrastructure as much as we're having a unit that was dealing with that. And there's another unit in the province. We do that.
Okay.
We do inform.
So, and tomorrow.
It assists to track and trace. You see, it assists a lot.
Yes.
You see, because at least now they know that there's this person who to communicate, who to contact with.
You remember with your supplementary statement, you provided us
Yes.
agreements and memoranda of understanding on
Yes.
joint operations,
Yes.
and we are going to deal with those issues tomorrow.
Okay.
But perhaps for now, just a minor question. When you are part of a joint operation and you go, or your members go, by you, I don't mean you, Commissioner Mkhwanazi, but generally, right? Do those members go together with the JMPD to go register at a specific police station?
I think it depends per information, it depends per operation.
Well, tell
Because
me about the nature
sometimes I
of the
won't be
information.
there. I don't know which approach or what agreement they're reaching when they're doing those operations. You see, I can't confirm that every time they do that. You see.
How must it happen? As far as you know, how must it be done?
In terms of reporting
Of-
to a police station?
Yes. Must they go with their joint members from JMPD to go report? Is that what is required? Or are they at liberty to decide how they do it?
No, I will say it depends on the discipline of those members. Why I'm saying
Okay.
that.
So they choose, they get to decide how they do it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now let's go to, perhaps before we break, page 145 of the exhibit bundle. That's CJC 160.
This one, eh?
And that would be the handwritten statement of
116 or 160? Or page 145. Thank you.
No,
Are we
it's
not looking for-
CJC
149.
CJC 160,
Oh, 160.
right? And it's page 147.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Have you located it, Commissioner Mkhwanazi?
Yes.
And that is the statement of, I think, did he say he's a warrant officer? But Mlautsi. A warrant officer Mlautsi. He gives his rank at paragraph 1. Do you see that?
Yes, Commissioner.
Now, if we go to paragraph 2, he states that it was a Saturday, 11 February 23 at about 5:45 when he reported for duty. From the third sentence of paragraph 2, members of EMPD came to CSC, is it? And report on duty. They were wearing full uniform. It was a female and a male members. Their names are Constable Stolz and Constable Mackenzie. They spoke with Sergeant Mohali at CSC, and he did inform me, and I also saw them. You see that?
Yes, Commissioner.
Okay, at paragraph 3, it states, they said they are reporting on duty for tracing suspect of business robbery that took place in Nigel, and they will be doing investigation around Rosebank area. You see that?
Yes.
Okay. Then beyond that says they will be using 2 vehicles, describes them, and the time was 8:50 in the morning. Please ignore the last 3 lines because that speaks to booking off or signing off for the day. We'll come back to that part of the statement. Okay?
It's the same page, ne?
Same page, bottom of 147, the last
We
three
ignore
lines.
the last three.
They did book duty off telephonically. So I say, we don't have to read that. That's after the operation when they booked out or booked off. We'll come back to that.
Okay.
Overleaf at 145, then it's a confirmation. I know and understand the contents of this statement. I have no objection to taking the prescribed oath. So basically, we understand from Warrant Officer Mlauzi that only two people, a female and a male member of EMPD, being Stolz and Mackenzie respectively, went to sign in. Do you confirm that?
Yes, as per the statement.
As per the statement.
Yes.
So there was no JMPD member with them, just two people walked in.
Yes, as per the
Okay.
statement, yes.
Now, if you go further on and look at CJC 161 at page 145,
Is it the same document? Ne?
149, my apologies. 149. That is the photocopy of the entry, the OB entry made. And you see stepped by SAPS on the 11th of February, 2023, CSC Rosebank. Okay?
Yes, yes.
So just the two of them.
It's,
Now, let's go back to 147.
this is the copy of an OP.
Yes. Now, if we go back to 147, you, at 147, at paragraph 3, they say they are reporting on duty for tracing suspect of business robbery that took place in Nigel, and that they will be doing investigation around Rosebank area. Correct?
Yes, 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 yes.
You indicated in your supplementary statement, paragraph 5 at page 5, at the bottom, that what you were informed and what the operation was about, as
Yes.
advised by Chief Inspector Maseko, was that there were problems in the area in Johannesburg, in that there were persons selling fake stones on social media platforms, public members are being defrauded.
You are correct.
So these are two different things. In Rosebank, they say that they are tracing suspects who are involved in a business robbery that took place in Nigel.
It's not even different things. It's worse than different things.
Oh, okay. What is it? What name would you give it?
I can't even mention it. Either what is right in here and what their statement and my statement and what is here, it's Afghanistan in America.
Chair, I suggest we can leave it at Afghanistan and America. We will conclude tomorrow. Thank you, Chair.
Just one very small matter that I want to understand, Commissioner. Ordinarily, when Ekurhuleni asks JMPD for assistance, would you not expect JMPD to meet up with Ekurhuleni, that is officers from the two sides, for the two sides to then work together on whatever it is that Ekurhuleni would be seeking assistance on? Is that?
You are 100% correct, Commissioner.
Yes.
That's
yes.
why I'm so shocked. And
Yeah, now here's my difficulty. Constable Keisha Lee Stores says that she was called by Motso of the JMPD.
Yes.
But what then unfolds or transpires is that it is just Ekurhuleni people who go to the apartment in question in Rosebank.
Yes.
There is not a single JMPD person, and yet supposedly it is JMPD that asks for assistance from Ekurhuleni. So do you see that what happened here, according to Keisha Lee Stores, in fact, everybody concerned, it's actually what happened. And we just must accept that that is what happened in terms of how the operation then unfolded. It did not involve a single JMPD person. Let us leave aside the issue of you rocking up later with a JMPD person. Let's leave that aside. But as everything unfolded, it was Ekurhuleni people only. You accept that?
I accept it. And earlier when I was
Yes.
trying
Now,
to...
let's stop there. You accept
Yes.
it. Now, here's my difficulty. My first question to you was that ordinarily, is it not so that those seeking assistance would then be met or be joined by those that are to assist? And you said that is exactly what happens ordinarily.
Yes, Commissioner.
Are you able to explain why it did not happen in that manner here? JMPD asked for assistance, Motso asked for assistance, and Motso is nowhere around when the operation unfolds or takes place. Can you explain that?
No, Commissioner, I don't have it. I can't. That's why I was emphasizing.
You
it's a
cannot
joint.
explain it.
Yes, because that's why I was emphasizing it's a joint, it's a joint. But when you read the statements and look
Is
at
it joint? Is it joint? It is not. It's definitely
It
not
is.
correct. Correct?
Rather correct.
Let me
correct.
suggest to you, the EMPD police officers were on a frolic of their own that had nothing to do with proper, regular and lawful policing. It had nothing to do with it. What's your comment?
The statements, especially this one of SAPS.
You accept what I say?
Confirms what you're saying.
Sorry?
I accept what
You
you're
accept
saying.
what I'm
Yes,
saying?
yes.
Thank you.
And Chair, then if I may follow up on that before we rise. And to Commissioner Mkhwanazi, you were aware that they were on a frolic of their own on the day. You were aware that the two members were on a frolic of their own.
No. I was aware that they're going to work, it's a joint operation. Then what happened operationally and what happened to the statement of an officer who was, that they reported, you see, it changes the whole thing to me now.
Thank you. Let's resume at 9:30 tomorrow. Let's